Greetings, beloveds, and peace be with you. I'm Reverend Mitzi, and I'm so very glad you're here. Something within you was calling you to watch. Thank you for answering that divine call. Welcome to Unity of Tempe online. So today is the second Sunday of Advent. And it's so important during this season and during this time where COVID stats are so grim to stay safe. And it's also crucial that we keep our spirits nurtured. And so we're going to begin today with the Christmas song that we listened to last week by our beloved Zephyrin. Now you can sing along, and I'll be right back after the song.
Sing a song of Christmas. Sing it soft, sing it strong. Sing a song of Christmas, and your heart will sing along. Let's do that right and wrong this time. Here we go. Sing a song of Christmas. Sing it right, sing it wrong. Sing a song of Christmas, and your heart will sing along. Christmas is the time when we are all reminded generosity is our own gift. Giving is so easy when we think of pleasing someone we can easily uplift. Sing a song of Christmas. Let's be kind, let's be strong. Sing a song of Christmas, so every heart will sing along. So every heart will sing along. You know, Christmas is the time when we are all reminded generosity improves the world. Giving is so easy when we think of pleasing every single boy and every girl. Sing a song of Christmas. Let's be kind, let's be strong. Sing a song of Christmas, so every heart will sing along. Every heart will sing along.
So today, the second Sunday of Advent, we light 2 candles. Last week, we lit the candle of hope. And this week, we light the candle of peace. And as you can see at our Advent table, we have peace here. Welcome, peace. And we also have our angel. I don't know if you can see, in her hand she has a star that says peace on it. So as I light these candles, beloveds, I invite you to breathe in that divine quality. First of all, the divine quality of hope. Breathe in hope from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And now we breathe in peace. From the top of our head to the tips of our toes and every bit in between, we breathe in peace. We align with the qualities of hope and peace on this second Sunday of Advent. Today, I'm sharing a poem of hope, peace, and inspiration from one of America's beloved poets and civil rights activists. Now, after reading the poem through in its entirety, I'll delve into the deeper spiritual meaning it has for us all during this holy season and this current time. The poem is Amazing Peace, a Christmas poem by Maya Angelou. Maya is no longer here with us in this earthly domain, but we're so grateful for all of the gifts that she shared with us, and I really hope that you enjoy this inspiring poem. Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes, and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow, falls upon snow to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low and grey and threatening. We question ourselves. What have we done to so affront nature? We interrogate and worry God. Are you there? Are you there really? Does the covenant you made with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters. Streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor. Come the way of friendship. It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Floodwaters recede into memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches breeding in dark corridors. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first, it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now, louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for. Not just the absence of war, but true peace, a harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and their beloveds. We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslim say, come, peace. Come and fill us and our world with your majesty. We, the Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us, so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. It is Christmas time. a halting of hate time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves to ourselves and to each other. At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ into the great religions of the world. We jubilate the precious advent of trust. We shout with glorious tongues the coming of hope. All the earth's tribe loosen their voices to celebrate the promise of peace. We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenward and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at each other, then into ourselves, and we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace, my brother, peace, my sister, peace, my soul. Oh, I love that poem so much. I hope you really enjoy it too, beloveds. Now we're going to look at it in greater detail for the deeper meaning that it has for us, this holy season and this time in history. And I'm going to go through each verse and then share the spiritual meaning underlying that. Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low and grey and threatening. Thunder. Well, the thing about thunder is that it is sneaky. It's sudden and it's unexpected, and you can't see it. It lies in wait, hiding, and it can catch us off guard. Lightning, well, it's deceptive, it's beautiful, and it's powerful, and it is magnificent, and it's awesome, and it's also potentially deadly. Floodwaters, they can wait patiently, like our emotions, which can rise up, stalking us, taunting us to engage. Matthew chapter 7 verse 24 tells us to build our homes on a solid foundation, on groundedness in God. And when we do, tempests can happen all around, but our God connection sustains us in all seasons of life. But if our spiritual foundation is built on sand with nothing substantial to support us, no spiritual practices, no prayer time, no spiritual reading, no tuning in to watch Sunday messages, then our God connection is weak. And any changing climate can result in a lost signal. We can move very quickly from feeling God's presence in our lives to overwhelming fear amid a sea of threatening dilemmas and potential imagined realities. We question ourselves. What have we done to so affront nature? We interrogate and worry God. Are you there? Are you there really? Does the covenant you made with us still hold? We question ourselves in so many ways, don't we, beloveds? When things don't go the way we want, we wonder where we went wrong. What did we do? Why is this happening to us? Again. We wonder if we're doing enough. Can any of us do anything to fix all of the pain, all of the injustice, and all of the suffering in the world? No. Not one of us can fix it all on our own. But the fact that we feel, the fact that we recognize it, allows us to ask the question, what is mine to do? What can I do to make a difference? We love it when things are going well, don't we? Oh, we love it. But when challenges come up, we can claim the same divine source that we praised the day before. What have we done to so affront nature? The nature of Christ within us, we are told in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. At times, though, we affront our true nature by letting other, less than Christ-like qualities emerge. You know, beloveds, I've done it. We've all done it. We let other than Christ-like qualities emerge. Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters, streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor, come the way of friendship. Maya Angelou wrote this poem in 2005, yet doesn't it seem equally appropriate for this year, this 2020? Christmas is a time of hope, a time where much of humankind desires to come together in goodwill and harmony, a time to extend forgiveness. Forgiveness is an invitation. It's a call for action. When we're in unforgiveness, we're stuck. Forgiveness unblocks us so we can move forward. Who or what are you being called to forgive, beloved, so you can move forward? The word rancor means bitterness and resentfulness, and it's not a word that we want to have associated with us. If we're really trying to be bringers of light, we have to look at situations that are causing us angst and assess if we're being part of the solution or if we're contributing to the problem. It's so easy, especially these days, isn't it, to take offense and become part of the problem. We don't mean to, but it's a very easy thing to do. We have to ask ourselves, are we directing our energy towards positive change? Or are we more focused on being outraged than on the good we want to see happen? It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Floodwaters recede into memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. It's time for us to become more awake and more aware of where we want to focus, to allow those Christ qualities to be born in us again, to ask ourselves, am I truly sharing the very, very best of myself with others? You know, sometimes we don't, do we? Sometimes we don't share the very best. We get angry, we get frustrated, and we share anything but the very best of ourselves. And we can ask ourselves, what impact am I having? What impact would I like to have? How am I a reflection of the Christ child? It can be oh so challenging to take the high road. It can. I know it personally, that it can be very challenging, and I know that you, beloveds, know that too. Yet spiritually, it's what is called of us. Does this mean we just accept what is? Absolutely not. It means we stand firm and we take a stand, but we're not to get stuck in blame mode. Moving to higher ground means looking for and being part of positive solutions. It means asking God to reveal what is ours to do. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our aged as they walk into their sunsets. 2020 has been a challenging year in oh so many ways. Many of us are longing for a way to rekindle harmony and goodwill, to dethrone hate in its many insidious forms and allow love to reign supreme. Are you allowing the childlike wonder of the season of hope to be born in you? If not, what is in the way? What can you let go of so that you can reveal more of the Christ child? Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches breeding in dark corridors. Imagine hope spreading to all corners of the earth. Imagine for a moment hope, imagine light, imagine love exactly where it is needed most. I, like you, have been dismayed to see the barrage of hate that's been unleashed in the US over the last few years and is still going on. Yet, in my heart, I still believe that hope, love, peace, and unity are stronger and will ultimately prevail. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first, it is too soft, then only half heard. Sometimes we have a positive thought, but there's so much rubbish, blah, 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 in our mind, or thoughts that block it, that we can't really hear that positive thought. But slowly, as we clear away all the rubbish, that positive thought emerges as a whisper. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. For eons, humans have spoken of peace, and yet each day there is unrest, injustice, violence somewhere in the world. We can't control what the rest of the world is doing, but we can. Let us think about our own hearts, our own homes, our own relationships, our own reactions with those we love, and with the little furry beings that share our lives. And we can think too of our interactions with those we don't count as friends, those not allowed in our inner circle. Is there peace there? It is loud now, louder than the explosion of bombs. Think about that. Louder than the explosion of bombs. Peace, peace. Peace being louder than the explosion of bombs. God, let us collectively be bringers of peace. We tremble at the sound. We're thrilled by its presence. It's what we've hungered for. Not just the absence of war, but true peace, a harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and their beloveds. Oh, we hunger for peace, don't we, beloveds? Yet in our lifetime, it's not been the collective experience of humanity yet. Somewhere, every day, war is occurring. War fought with weapons, war fought with words, war fought with indifference. We know that this is not our eternal home and that we come from a different realm. We arrive here on planet Earth and we wonder, what is up with this place? We know that the divine kingdom that we go to after this existence is filled with peace. It's filled with joy. And we hunger for it here in our own hearts and as a reality of planet Earth. We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslims say, come, peace. Come and fill us and our world with your majesty. We, the Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us, so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. For many of us, Christmas is our favorite time. It rushes into the stores in September or even earlier, and we try to make it stay away at least until Thanksgiving. Well, maybe not this year. So many people are putting up Christmas lights outside to just really try and lift spirits, and I love that people are doing that earlier this year, and just seeing the abundance of lights brings hope to our hearts. It is Christmas time, a halting of hate time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves and to each other. Oh, beloveds, oh, that our prayer might be, God, reveal more love through me. At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ into the great religions of the world. We jubilate the precious advent of trust. We shout with the glorious tongues the coming of hope. All the earth's tribes loosen their voices to celebrate the promise of peace. Something magical happens during this holy season. People stop and they celebrate. Whether they celebrate secularly, whether they celebrate by going to church online, many of us this year, or whether they're from a tradition that doesn't even celebrate Christmas, there's an awareness that this is a sacred, special time for millions upon millions of people around the world. We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenward and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at each other, then into ourselves, and we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace, my brother, peace, my sister, peace, my soul. Peace, my brother, peace, my sister, peace, my soul. Oh, that part of the poem always gets me, gives me chills to the depths of my being, because that is really what this is all about. During this holy season, it's like the veil between heaven and earth is so thin that we can almost get a glimmer of our other home. Not through the presents, not through all the trappings, but through allowing the true presence to be born again into our hearts. The true presence of the gift of peace. The gift of peace. It's a gift that's available to each of us anytime we choose to tune out the noise of our mind and instead tune into the place where God resides in us. Philippians chapter 4, verse 7 reminds us, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your mind in Christ Jesus. Yes, may the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, guard our hearts and minds. And so, for my prayer today, I'm actually going to invite all of us to say an affirmation. Because if we really truly got this embodiment, if we embodied peace, imagine the world that we would live in. And so, as is our custom, we'll say this affirmation 3 times, and I invite you to really take it in. Take it in. In fact, right now, breathe in peace, and then exhale peace. Seeing it flow all around the world into every single corner. Imagine a world filled with peace and filled with hope also. So let us say together 3 times our affirmation. On this day of Advent, I accept and share the God-given gift of peace. On this day of Advent, I accept and share the God-given gift of peace. On this day of Advent, I accept and share the God-given gift of peace. And so it is. Yes. I really hope that you enjoyed that message, especially the poem by Maya Angelou. And so now I'm going to say a prayer of blessing and gratitude over everyone who chooses to partner with us in our financial blessings by giving generously and graciously. This is the season of goodwill, and we accept all blessings, financial blessings. Remember, there is no blessing too big, and there is no blessing too small. Loving Mother, Father, God, for each and every person who is watching and who is contributing financially, we send a prayer of blessing to each and every person, knowing and affirming that each person is shimmered with blessings. Even for those who are choosing not to give or cannot give at this time, we absolutely stand in the awareness that prosperity reveals itself in perfect ways to them. Prosperity of emotions, healthy emotions, prosperity of financial abundance, prosperity of health, prosperity of harmonious relationships, prosperity of wonder in this holy season. We are so very, very grateful. In gratitude, we release this prayer knowing that it is answered. We let go, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. And beloveds, if you're not sure how to give, you can look at unityoftempe.org and you can find ways to give. Because as we give, we receive. As we give, we receive. As we give, we receive. And we are grateful. Yes, we are. And so, beloveds, we're going to close out now with our prayer for protection, which I invite you to say with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. Beloveds, may each of us have a week that is illuminated by the deep expression of peace in our hearts and the sharing of peace with every single person we come into contact with, whether it is physically or whether it is virtually. I love you, and blessings of peace and gratitude from my heart to yours.